lakes meet towering mountains, where mysterious caves hide ancient secrets and every corner feels like it's pulled straight from a fairy tale. Welcome to Slovenia, and its 5 wonders you simply cannot miss. From tranquil lakes that shimmer like mirrors to jagged peaks that pierce the clouds, Slovenia is a feast for the senses. Join me now as we embark on a journey through this enchanting country, exploring its hidden depths and scaling its dizzying heights. Prepare to be captivated, surprised, and forever changed by the 5 wonders of a jewel of turquoise nestled amidst the Julian Alps. The air is still, the water a mirror reflecting the sky above. A sense of peace washes over you, a feeling of being at one with nature. But don't be fooled by the tranquility, for beneath the surface lies a depth of history and legend. For centuries, Lake Bled has been a place of pilgrimage, a place where wishes are whispered and secrets are kept. At the heart of the lake lies an island, a solitary sentinel crowned with a church spire. Legend has it that this island was once the home of Ziva, the Slavic goddess of love and fertility. Pilgrims would flock to the island, seeking her blessings and offering gifts in exchange for good fortune. Today, the tradition continues. Visitors row across the lake in traditional wooden boats called pletna, their oars dipping silently into the water. They climb the 99 stone steps to the church, each step a prayer, a hope, a dream. As you stand on the island, gazing out at the surrounding mountains, you can almost feel the weight of history. The lake holds its secrets close, but if you listen carefully, you might just hear them whispered on the breeze. For in this place of peace and beauty, you might just find a moment of quiet reflection, a chance to connect with something larger than yourself. Of Lake Bled to the rugged heights of Triglav National Park, a realm of towering peaks and untamed wilderness. Here, amidst the clouds, stands Mount Triglav, Slovenia's highest peak, and a symbol of the nation's strength and resilience. For the adventurous soul, Triglav beckons like a siren song. To stand atop its summit is to conquer not just a mountain, but also oneself. The climb is not for the faint of heart, a test of endurance and determination. As you ascend, the air thins and the landscape transforms. Lush forests give way to rocky slopes, the path becoming steeper with every step. You'll traverse narrow ridges, scramble over boulders, and cling to sheer rock faces, all the while surrounded by breathtaking views. But the climb is not just a physical challenge, it's a spiritual one as well. As you push your limits, you'll discover a hidden strength within yourself, a resilience you never knew you possessed. And as you reach the summit, breathless and exhilarated, you'll be rewarded with a panorama of unparalleled beauty. From the top of Triglav, the world stretches out before you like a map unfurled. You can see the Julian Alps in all their glory, their snow-capped peaks piercing the clouds. You can trace the winding rivers and emerald valleys, and in the distance, you might even catch a glimpse of the Adriatic Sea. But the true reward for climbing Triglav is not the view, but the journey itself. It's the feeling of accomplishment, of overcoming a challenge, of pushing yourself to the limit and coming out stronger on the other side. Many who attempt Triglav do so with the goal of spending the night in the small, iconic bivouac shelter atop the mountain. Will you be one of the lucky few to spend the night above the clouds? We descend now into the heart of the earth, into the darkness and mystery of Postojna Cave. Prepare to enter a world unlike any other, a subterranean realm of stalactites and stalagmites, a place where time seems to stand still. As you step inside the cave, a chill runs down your spine, not from the cold, but from the sheer awe of it all. The air is heavy with the smell of damp earth and something ancient, something primal. The silence is absolute, broken only by the drip, drip, drip of water, each drop a tick of the geological clock. For millennia, Postojna Cave has been slowly sculpted by the patient hand of water, carving out vast caverns and intricate formations. Stalactites hang from the ceiling like icy teeth, while stalagmites rise from the floor like ghostly sentinels. Each twist and turn of the cave reveals new wonders, new formations that spark the imagination and leave you breathless. But Postojna is more than just a geological marvel, it's a living, breathing ecosystem. As you venture deeper into the cave, you might catch a glimpse of its most famous resident, the Olm, a blind, cave-dwelling salamander that can live for over 100 years. These creatures, pale and ghostly, are a testament to the power of adaptation, a reminder that life finds a way even in the most extreme environments. The Olm is a symbol of the hidden wonders that lie beneath the surface, a reminder that there is still so much we don't know about the world around us. And as you leave the cave and emerge back into the sunlight, you can't help but feel a sense of awe at the sheer diversity and resilience of life. For in the depths of Postojna Cave, the line between reality and myth blurs, and anything is possible. We emerge into the dazzling sunlight of the Adriatic coast, where the charming town of Piran awaits. With its terracotta rooftops cascading down to the azure waters, Piran is a feast for the senses, a place where history and beauty collide. As you wander through the narrow, winding streets, you'll feel as though you've stepped back in time. Venetian-style architecture lines the squares, their pastel facades adorned with intricate carvings and wrought iron balconies. The air is filled with the scent of salt air and freshly brewed coffee, a heady mix that invigorates the soul. Piran's heart beats to the rhythm of the sea. Fishing boats bob gently in the harbor, their nets full of the day's catch. Seagulls soar overhead, their cries mingling with the laughter of children playing in the piazzas. Climb to the top of the town's bell tower, and you'll be rewarded with a panoramic view that stretches as far as the eye can see. The Adriatic glitters like 1,000 sapphires, its surface dotted with sailboats and distant islands. But Piran's beauty is more than just skin deep. This town has a rich history, a past shaped by trade, conquest, and the ever-present sea. For centuries, Piran was a jewel in the crown of the Venetian Republic, its strategic location making it a prize to be fought over. Walk along the ancient city walls and you can almost hear the clash of swords, the roar of cannons, and the cries of sailors defending their city. Look closely, and you might even spot a cannonball or two, still embedded in the stone, a silent testament to Piran's turbulent past. Today, Piran is a place of peace and tranquility, but its history is never far from the surface. As you sip your coffee in a sun-drenched piazza or stroll along the harbor at sunset, take a moment to imagine the lives that have been lived here, the stories that these ancient stones could tell. For in Piran, the past and present blend seamlessly, creating a tapestry of experiences that will Bohinj, a hidden gem nestled deep within the Triglav National Park. If Lake Bled is a whisper, Bohinj is a symphony, a grand and majestic expanse of water surrounded by towering peaks and pristine forests. As you stand on the shores of Bohinj, a sense of awe washes over you. The air is crisp and clean, the water a deep emerald green, reflecting the surrounding forests like a mirror. The silence is absolute, broken only by the gentle lapping of water against the shore and the occasional bird song. Unlike its more famous neighbor, Lake Bohinj has managed to retain a sense of tranquility, a feeling of being untouched by the passage of time. Here you can truly escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life and reconnect with nature in its purest form. Hike through the surrounding forests, and you'll discover hidden waterfalls cascading down moss-covered rocks, their waters tumbling into crystal-clear pools. Rent a rowboat and explore the lake's hidden coves, their shores fringed with reeds and wildflowers. As you glide across the water, you might spot a family of ducks paddling peacefully by, or a heron standing motionless on the shore, its long neck poised for a catch. And if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of a deer drinking from the lake's edge, its eyes wide with a primal awareness. But Bohinj is more than just a place of natural beauty. It's also a place of pilgrimage, a place where people come to seek solace, inspiration, and a deeper connection with themselves and the world around them. So take your time, breathe deeply, and let the tranquility of Lake Bohinj wash over you. For in this place of peace and beauty, you might just find what you've been searching for, called the Emerald Beauty. And doesn't it just take your breath away? The way it slices through the landscape, a ribbon of pure jade against the vibrant green. It's almost too perfect, isn't it? But here's the thing. Its beauty hides a fierce current. One moment, you're floating in its calm waters, mesmerized by the dance of sunlight on the ripples, and the next, the river has you in its grasp, pulling you along with surprising strength. You see, the Soka is not a force to be underestimated. It carves its way through the Julian Alps, fed by glacial melt, its waters as cold as they are clear. It's a kayaker's dream, a challenge to be conquered, a test of skill and nerve. But there's more to this river than just its raw power. Local legends whisper of mythical creatures that make their home in the Soka's depths. They say that a water spirit, a protector of the river, watches over all who dare to enter its waters. Some dismiss these tales as folklore, but others believe. They say that on moonlit nights when the water is still and the air is heavy with mist, you can hear the spirit song echoing through the valley, a haunting melody that sends shivers down your spine. And they say that those who disrespect the river, who pollute its waters or disturb its peace, will face the spirit's wrath. Is it true? Is there really a guardian of the Soka, its emerald depths hiding secrets as old as time itself? We may never know for sure, but one thing is certain, The Soka River is a place of immense beauty and power, a place where nature reigns supreme. But from the thrilling rapids of the Soka, let's move to something a bit more tranquil. Nestled deep within the Kamnik-Savinja Alps, just look at it, a tapestry of emerald meadows ringed by towering peaks, a place where time seems to stand still. The air here is crisp and clean, filled with the scent of pine and wildflowers. This is a place to breathe deeply, to let the tranquility of nature wash over you. Listen closely. Can you hear the gentle tinkling of cowbells in the distance? The melodic chirping of bird song? The rustle of leaves as a gentle breeze sweeps through the valley. This is a symphony of nature, a lullaby for the soul. But don't let the calm fool you. Logar Valley, like all wild places, has its secrets. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the meadows, the atmosphere shifts. The air grows cooler, the shadows deeper, and the silence becomes almost deafening. It's then in the hush of twilight that you might hear them, the whispers. They drift on the wind, faint and indistinct, like the murmurings of ancient travelers sharing tales around a campfire. Some say they are the voices of the mountains themselves, ancient spirits whispering secrets to the wind. Others believe they are the echoes of those who have walked this valley before, their spirits lingering amongst the peaks and forests. Or maybe it's just the wind, a trick of the light, a figment of your imagination. Yes, let's hope it's just the wind. Because what's a peaceful valley without a little mystery, right? From open valleys, let's head into something a bit more enclosed. Gorge, a walk on the wild side. Next we arrive at Vintgar Gorge, a masterpiece sculpted by the raw power of the Radovna River. Here the landscape changes dramatically. Gone are the wide open spaces of the valley, replaced by towering limestone walls that hem you in on either side. The air is thick with humidity, the roar of the river echoing off the rock walls, creating a symphony of sound that is both exhilarating and slightly unnerving. As you walk along the wooden walkways that cling precariously to the sides of the gorge, you can feel the spray of the river on your face, its icy coldness a stark contrast to the warmth of the sun on your skin. The path twists and turns, leading you deeper and deeper into the heart of the gorge, each step revealing new and breathtaking views. But as you step along those narrow bridges, suspended high above the churning water, resist the urge to look down. The water below might seem inviting, its turquoise depths beckoning you in, but this is not a place for swimming. The current here is deceptively strong, capable of pulling even the strongest swimmer under its surface. And then, there's the final bridge at the end of the gorge. It spans the widest point of the chasm, a slender ribbon of wood suspended over the roaring torrent. It's said that if you can cross this bridge without looking down, without giving in to the fear that claws at the edges of your mind, then you are truly fearless. But are you brave enough to test the legend? Perhaps it's best to keep moving, to keep your eyes fixed on the path ahead, and leave the mysteries of the final bridge for another day. From a thrilling walk through the gorge, let's take a detour to the coast, where the wind and waves tell a different kind of story. Adriatic. Ah, Piran. A breath of fresh air, a splash of color against the azure canvas of the Adriatic Sea. This charming coastal town, perched on a narrow peninsula, seems to have been frozen in time. The terracotta roofs of its Venetian-style houses cascade down to the harbor where fishing boats bob gently on the turquoise water. The air is filled with the scent of salt and sea, the cries of gulls mingling with the laughter of children playing in the narrow, cobbled streets. This is a place to lose yourself in the labyrinthine alleyways, to stumble upon hidden squares and ancient churches, to soak up the sun on the harborfront and savor the freshest seafood you'll ever taste. But there's something else about Piran, something that lurks beneath its charming exterior. Perhaps it's the way the shadows lengthen in the late afternoon, casting an eerie gloom over the narrow streets. Or maybe it's the hushed whispers of the locals, their eyes darting to the shadows as if they know something you don't. Is it just me, or do you ever get the feeling that these charming towns are just a little too quiet? Like, maybe the locals know something you don't? A secret history perhaps? Or a legend that's best left untold? But hey, even if there are secrets lurking beneath the surface, it's hard to feel anything but peace in Piran. So relax, enjoy the stunning views, and savor the delicious food. Worst case scenario, you get to enjoy some of the best seafood on the coast, even if a mysterious figure is watching from the shadows. No big deal, right? And now we head back inland to a place where nature's power is on full display. Kozjak Waterfall, the magic within. Our final stop takes us deep into the heart of the Soka Valley. to a place where nature's artistry reaches its peak, Kozjak Waterfall. Hidden away in a rocky amphitheater, accessible only by a winding path that leads through dense forest, Kozjak is a sight that will take your breath away. The waterfall plunges over a sheer cliff face, a cascade of pure white water that seems to defy gravity. It crashes into a pool of the most incredible turquoise water you've ever seen, the water so clear you can see every pebble on the bottom. The air is thick with mist, the roar of the waterfall echoing off the surrounding rock walls, creating a symphony of sound that is both deafening and strangely calming. But there's something else about Kozjak, something that makes it more than just a pretty sight. It's the atmosphere, the energy that seems to radiate from the very rocks themselves. Some say that the waterfall has an almost mystical quality, that the water itself is imbued with healing properties. They say that if you stand beneath the falls, close your eyes and breathe deeply, you can feel the water washing away your worries, leaving you refreshed and revitalized. Do you feel it too? That sense of awe, of wonder, of being connected to something far greater than yourself? There's something else about this waterfall, something that makes it more than just a pretty sight. And I'll tell you what that is. It's the feeling that you've stumbled upon something truly special, a secret hidden away from the rest of the world. It's the feeling that you're standing on the edge of magic. In these mountains, life is different. Here, amongst the rolling pastures and beneath the watchful gaze of towering peaks, lies Velika Planina, a high-altitude plateau where time seems to stand still. For centuries, shepherds have brought their flocks to graze these lush meadows during the summer months, living in simple wooden huts called preskar. These are not merely dwellings but testaments to a way of life passed down through generations. Each spring, as the snow recedes, the shepherds make their arduous ascent, bringing with them their herds and the tools of their trade. The air hums with the sound of cowbells, a symphony that has echoed across these hills for centuries. The shepherds of Velika Planina live in harmony with nature, their lives dictated by the rhythm of the seasons. They milk their flocks by hand, crafting rich cheeses and creamy butter using traditional methods. Life here is simple, yet undeniably demanding. The huts themselves, with their distinctive oval shape and shingled roofs, are a marvel of vernacular architecture. Crafted without nails, they blend seamlessly into the surrounding landscape. Step inside, and you'll find a single room, warmed by a wood-burning stove and filled with the aroma of freshly baked bread. But how long can this peaceful way of life last? The modern world, with its allure of convenience and comfort, beckons even in this remote corner of Slovenia. Younger generations seeking opportunities beyond the pastures may choose different paths, leaving the future of this ancient tradition uncertain. Join me now as we meet the shepherds of Velika Planina, guardians of a vanishing way of life. We'll share their stories, learn the secrets of their craft, and witness the challenges they face in a rapidly changing world. Their resilience, their deep connection to the land, and their unwavering commitment to preserving their heritage offer a glimmer of hope that the traditions of Velika Planina will endure, even as the world around them transforms. But for how long, one can only wonder. From the verdant slopes of Velika Planina we journey westward, towards the Adriatic Sea. There, along the Slovenian coastline, lies a landscape unlike any other. At Secovlja salt pans, salt has been harvested for over 700 years. Imagine shimmering pools reflecting the sky. Secovlja Salina is a sanctuary for wildlife. Salt, once considered white gold, was essential for trade. Established by Benedictine monks, these salt pans are a rare example of traditional production. The intricate process of salt harvesting is ancient. Seawater is channeled into basins where it evaporates, leaving salt crystals. Salt workers, under the Adriatic sun, approach their task with pride. Walking here feels like stepping into the past. Wooden tools lean against stone walls with seabirds nearby. It's a symphony of nature and human endeavor. But how long will these practices survive in a fast-paced world? Traditional industries like salt harvesting face an uncertain future. Will these salt pans become relics of the past? And what about the delicate ecosystem here? Let's leave the coast and head back into Slovenia's mountains. Our next stop will test our courage and resolve. Mount Stol, a test of will. From the serenity of the salt pans, we journey now to a place of raw, untamed beauty, where jagged peaks pierce the clouds and the only sounds are the whisper of the wind and the cry of the eagle. Mount Stol, the king of the Karawanks range, stands tall and commanding, offering sweeping views of Slovenia and beyond. Its slopes are cloaked in dense forests, home to creatures like lynx, deer, and even the occasional brown bear. Higher up, the terrain becomes more rugged, with rocky outcrops and alpine meadows carpeted with wildflowers. But this isn't just any hike. The path to the top is steep, challenging, and not for the faint-hearted. It demands both physical endurance and mental fortitude, testing the limits of those who dare to make the climb. Imagine yourself on the trail, the air thinning with each upward step. The path winds its way through dense forests, sunlight dappling the forest floor. Switchbacks lead you ever higher, offering glimpses of the breathtaking views to come. As you ascend, you might encounter fellow hikers, their faces flushed with exertion, their eyes bright with determination. A shared smile, a few words of encouragement exchanged. These moments of camaraderie are as much a part of the journey as the physical challenge itself. But the higher you climb, the more solitary the experience becomes. The sounds of civilization fade, replaced by the wind whistling through the pines and the crunch of gravel beneath your boots. Imagine standing on the summit, the wind howling around you, knowing that one wrong step could send you tumbling, but the panorama that unfolds before you makes the risk worthwhile. What would you do if you got halfway up and realized you couldn't turn back? Would you summon the strength to continue, or would fear hold you captive? From the peaks of the Karawanks, we head to a place where the water seems almost too magical to be real. A place where nature's artistry will leave you breathless. Zelensky, the Emerald Spring. Nestled within the heart of the Triglav National Park, a symphony of emerald green and sapphire blue awaits. This is Zelensky, a place where nature's artistry seems almost too perfect. Imagine a place where the earth itself seems to breathe, where crystal-clear water bubbles up from hidden depths, forming pools of such vibrant green, they seem to glow from within. These waters, so clear and still, reflect the sky and the mountains like a mirror. Peer into their depths, and you'll see a mosaic of moss-covered rocks, their colors intensified by the refracted light. Zelensky is a spring, but not just any spring. It is a phenomenon, a testament to the unseen forces that shape our planet. Deep beneath the surface, underground streams, filtered through layers of limestone and chalk, emerge into the sunlight, creating a spectacle that is both mesmerizing and otherworldly. And yet, even in winter, these springs never freeze. A thin layer of steam often rises from the surface, creating an ethereal mist that dances across the water. It's as if this place possesses a magic, a warmth that defies the icy grip of winter. There's something almost mystical about this place, as if the waters are guarding secrets of the earth that we may never fully understand. Boardwalks wind their way through the reserve, allowing visitors to experience this natural wonder without disturbing its delicate balance. As you stroll along the wooden pathways, listen carefully. You might hear the croaking of frogs, the rustling of reeds, or the melodic call of a songbird. But seriously, am I the only one wondering if this is the perfect spot for a dip? No, just me? Perhaps it's best to resist the temptation. These waters, though tempting, are best left undisturbed, a sanctuary for the creatures that call this place home. And now for our final stop, a fortress like no other where legends and history collide. Chapter 5. Prajama Castle, Fortress of Mystery. Our journey culminates amidst the dramatic karst landscape of southwestern Slovenia. Imagine a castle clinging to a sheer cliff face, seemingly a part of the rock itself. This is Prajama Castle, built directly into the mouth of a cavern. Over 800 years old, it has withstood countless sieges and attacks. Stories of secret tunnels, daring escapes, and even ghosts roam the halls. As you approach, it looms before you, an imposing monolith of stone and brick. The facade, weathered by centuries, bears witness to countless stories. Step inside and you are transported back in time, across the drawbridge, through the heavy wooden gate into a world of knights and nobles. Climb the winding staircases, explore the chambers, and imagine the lives lived within these walls. Peer out the narrow windows, imagining archers standing guard. But there is more to Prejama Castle than meets the eye. Hidden behind its walls, a network of secret tunnels snakes through the karst rock. Legend has it that these tunnels were used by the rebellious knight Arazem of Prejama. Could you survive a night here? With the wind howling and shadows dancing, it wouldn't take much to believe that spirits still walk these halls. Some say the spirit of a rebellious knight still walks these corridors, but that's a tale for another time. For now, let us leave Prejama Castle shrouded in its cloak of mystery. Nina, a plateau high in the Slovenian Alps. This breathtaking location is a hidden gem, nestled among the towering peaks and lush valleys of Slovenia. It's a place where nature's beauty is on full display, offering a serene escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Picture this: rolling green meadows dotted with quaint herdsmen's huts, stretching as far as the eye can see. These huts, with their rustic charm, stand as silent witnesses to the passage of time, each one telling a story of the generations of shepherds who have called this place home. The air is crisp and clean, filled with the sound of cowbells and the scent of wildflowers. It's a sensory experience that transports you to a simpler time, where the rhythms of nature dictate the pace of life. You can't help but feel a sense of timelessness here, as if you've stepped back into a world untouched by modern life. The landscape, with its untouched natural beauty, evokes a sense of peace and tranquility that is hard to find elsewhere. For centuries, shepherds have brought their flocks to graze these lush pastures during the summer months, living in simple wooden huts, much like those you see today. These shepherds, with their deep knowledge of the land, have maintained a way of life that has remained largely unchanged for generations. They say these shepherds, hardened by the harsh mountain life, developed a deep connection with the land, a connection that lingers still. This bond is evident in the way they care for their flocks and the land, ensuring that both thrive in harmony. But at night, when the mist rolls in, some say the spirits of ancient herdsmen still wander these fields, their ghostly forms barely visible through the swirling fog. These tales, passed down through generations, add an air of mystery and intrigue to this already enchanting place. Or maybe it's just the cows enjoying a late-night stroll. Let's go with that for now. Light chuckle. These cows, with their gentle presence, add to the serene and almost magical atmosphere of Velika Planina. But there's a secret about Velika Planina's past that not everyone knows. This plateau holds many stories, some of which are hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered by those who take the time to listen. A tale hidden beneath layers of time, a story whispered on the wind. These whispers, carried by the gentle breeze, tell of a time long past, of people and events that have shaped this land in ways we can only imagine. We'll come back to that later. For now, let's allow the mystery to linger, adding to the allure of this captivating place. From the quiet mountain meadows, let's head deeper into Slovenia's wild heart. Our journey is just beginning, and there are many more wonders to uncover in this beautiful and diverse country. Stay with us as we explore the hidden gems and untold stories of Slovenia. Salt pans, a landscape unlike any other. Imagine a vast expanse of shallow pools shimmering under the sun like a mosaic of mirrors. For over 700 years, salt has been harvested here, using traditional methods passed down through generations. It's a place where time seems to slow down, where you can feel the centuries of history beneath your feet. Watch as the salt workers, their movements honed by years of practice, rake the precious crystals from the water, each grain a testament to their dedication, their resilience against the elements. But as serene as it seems, the salt workers have stories of storms that wiped out entire sections of these pans in minutes. Imagine, everything you've built, gone in an instant. The raw power of nature, both creator and destroyer, is on full display here. But hey, on the bright side, at least you'll never run out of salt for your fries. Smile in your voice. From the tranquil coast, we journey to the mountains, where nature's raw power is on full display. Mount Stol, a dance with the clouds. Mount Stol, Slovenia's tallest mountain in the Karavanki range. It stands as a sentinel, watching over the land with a majestic presence that has inspired countless adventurers and nature lovers. It's a place of breathtaking views, where the earth seems to touch the sky. The horizon stretches endlessly, and the clouds seem close enough to touch, creating a surreal experience for anyone who ventures here. As you ascend its slopes, the air grows thinner, the world below shrinks, and you feel a sense of awe at the sheer scale of nature's grandeur. Each step brings you closer to the heavens, and the journey itself becomes a meditation on the beauty and power of the natural world. But don't be fooled by its beauty. This mountain has seen its share of danger. The rugged terrain is a testament to the forces that shaped it, and it demands respect from all who dare to climb its heights. The wind howls through the jagged peaks, carrying with it tales of daring climbs and perilous descents. It's a reminder that nature, while beautiful, can also be unforgiving and unpredictable. There are parts of this mountain that are so steep, a single misstep could send you tumbling down hundreds of feet. The trails are narrow and treacherous, requiring both skill and courage to navigate. But if you're brave enough to reach the top, the view might just be worth the risk. The sense of accomplishment is overwhelming, and the panorama that unfolds before you is nothing short of spectacular. Stand at the summit, and you'll feel like you're on top of the world. The vast expanse of the landscape below, the endless sky above, and the feeling of being suspended between the two is an experience that words can hardly capture. The clouds swirl beneath you, casting fleeting shadows on the landscape below. It's as if you're witnessing a dance of the elements, a ballet of wind and vapor that adds to the mountain's mystique. To the north, the Austrian Alps stretch out like a giant's spine, their snow-capped peaks glistening in the sunlight. It's a view that connects you to the broader tapestry of the European landscape, while to the south, the Slovenian plains shimmer in the sunlight. The contrast between the rugged mountains and the gentle plains is striking, offering a visual feast for the eyes. But there's something at the top of Mount Stol that most hikers never notice. Hidden among the rocks and shadows is a secret that few have discovered. A hidden crevice, a secret cave, whispered about in hushed tones. What lies within? Is it a relic of ancient times, a natural wonder, or something else entirely? We'll uncover its secret soon. The cave holds mysteries that beckon the curious and the brave, promising stories that have yet to be told. From towering peaks to crystal-clear waters, Slovenia has more secrets waiting. Each corner of this beautiful country offers a new adventure, a new story, and a new chance to connect with the natural Nature Reserve, where nature's palette unfolds. Zelensky Nature Reserve, a hidden gem that feels like stepping into a painting. Imagine a place where the water is so clear, you can see right to the bottom, where emerald green reeds sway gently in the breeze, and where dragonflies dance among the water lilies. The air is filled with the sound of birdsong, a symphony of nature's own making. The water here is so clear you can see every detail below the surface, like nature's own glass. Schools of fish dart through the reeds, their scales glinting in the sunlight. Tiny freshwater springs bubble up from the bottom, creating ripples that spread out across the surface. But there's a mystery here. The waters seem almost too perfect, too untouched. Some say the reserve is protected by more than just its remote location. Legends speak of water spirits, guardians of this pristine environment, who ensure its beauty remains unspoiled. Or maybe the water's just that clear because, there's no one swimming in it. Either way, it's pretty spectacular. But not all beauty in Slovenia is found in its still waters. Some of it is hiding gorge into the jaws of the earth. Our final stop is Tolmin Gorge, where the earth seems to open up beneath your feet. This natural wonder is a testament to the raw, untamed beauty of Slovenia's landscape. Imagine a narrow canyon carved over millennia by the relentless force of the Tolminka River. The river's persistent flow has etched deep grooves into the rock, creating a labyrinth of twists and turns. The water roars through the gorge, its emerald green depths swirling and churning as it crashes against the rocks. The sound is both mesmerizing and intimidating, a constant reminder of nature's power. The walls rise up on either side, so close you can almost touch them. These towering cliffs covered in moss and ferns create a sense of awe and wonder. But be careful, one wrong step and you could find yourself swept away by the current. The river's swift and turbulent waters are not to be underestimated. The air is thick with the spray of the river, and the sound of the water echoes off the canyon walls, creating a symphony of nature's raw power. It's a sensory experience that leaves a lasting impression. Few have dared to explore the full depths of this gorge, and those who do, often return with stories of the unseen. The hidden depths of Tolmin Gorge hold many secrets, waiting to be discovered. They speak of strange creatures lurking in the shadows, of whispers carried on the wind, of a darkness that seems to hold its breath, waiting. The atmosphere is thick with mystery and intrigue, and there's one part of Tolmin Gorge that even the bravest adventurers tend to avoid, a narrow passage known as the Devil's Bridge. This eerie bridge has a reputation that sends shivers down the spine. Legend has it that the bridge was built by the devil himself, and those who dare to cross it risk losing their soul to the abyss below. The stories surrounding this bridge are as dark as the chasm it spans, but we'll save that story for another time. The mysteries of Tolman Gorge are endless, and each visit reveals something new and unexpected. Until then, let your imagination wander through the shadows and whispers of this ancient. Above the city streets, at Ljubljana Castle, this majestic fortress, with its commanding views, has stood watch over the Slovenian capital for centuries. From its ramparts, generations have witnessed the ebb and flow of history, the rise and fall of empires, and the changing seasons paint their hues across the landscape. But there's more to this castle than meets the eye. You see every stone, every turret, every worn cobblestone in its courtyard whispers a tale. Stories of sieges and celebrations, of kings and commoners, of love and loss, all etched into its very being. Look closer, and you'll see the marks of the past. The worn grooves in the stone steps, polished smooth by countless footsteps over the centuries. The weathered faces carved into the archways, their expressions frozen in time, their silent gazes holding secrets we can only imagine. Deep within the castle walls, hidden from the casual observer, lies a forgotten dungeon, a place where sunlight struggles to penetrate, where the air is thick with the weight of history, and the silence is broken only by the drip, drip, drip of water, marking the passage of time. Imagine the stories these walls could tell, the whispers of prisoners long gone, their hopes and fears echoing through the ages. And if castles could talk, I'm pretty sure they'd say, "Hey, I've been here for 1,000 years. Where have you been?" Tranquility. Tivoli Park is a green oasis in the heart of Ljubljana. Here, beneath the shade of ancient trees, the city's hustle and bustle seem to fade away, replaced by the gentle rustling of leaves and the cheerful melodies of birdsong. Paths meander through verdant lawns, inviting leisurely strolls and moments of quiet contemplation. Sunlight filters through the canopy, dappling the ground in a mosaic of light and shadow. It's a place where time seems to slow down, where you can reconnect with nature and lose yourself in the beauty of the moment. But wait, does it seem too perfect? There's something about its stillness. Perhaps it's the way the shadows lengthen as the sun begins its descent, or the hushed whispers of the wind through the trees. Whatever it is, Tivoli Park holds an air of mystery, a sense that it's witnessed more than it cares to reveal. Tivoli has seen countless secrets exchanged under the shade of these trees. Imagine, who walked here before you? Lovers whispering sweet nothings, friends sharing confidences, spies exchanging clandestine messages. Their words carried away on the breeze, leaving behind only faint echoes. What deals were struck beneath these boughs, what promises made, what betrayals plotted? Nature remembers, even if we don't. The trees have stood as silent witnesses to generations of human drama, their roots anchoring them to the secrets buried beneath the surface. Or maybe it's just a really nice place to have a picnic, a place to spread a blanket, unpack a basket of local delicacies, and soak up the sun-drenched tranquility. Tuj Castle, where art guards the stories. Rising above the rooftops of Tuj, Slovenia's oldest city, stands Tuj Castle, a majestic sentinel guarding the confluence of the Drava River and the rolling hills beyond. Its towers, etched against the sky, have witnessed the passage of centuries, their stones bearing silent witness to the ebb and flow of history. This ancient fortress, with its commanding views and imposing presence, has seen it all. From the Roman legions who once marched beneath its walls to the Habsburg emperors who held court within its grand halls, Tuj Castle has played a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of this land. But its real treasure? The art inside. Step within its walls and you'll find yourself transported to a world of opulence and grandeur. Priceless paintings adorn the walls, their colors still vibrant despite the passage of time. Intricately carved furniture graces the rooms, each piece a testament to the skill of long-gone artisans. And the sculptures, the sculptures. They seem to breathe, these figures frozen in marble and bronze. Their eyes, though sightless, seem to follow you as you move through the rooms, their expressions hinting at stories untold, emotions held captive in stone. Some say they hold a power, a history you can feel when you stand before them, the weight of generations, the echoes of laughter and sorrow, the whispers of love and loss, all imbued within the very fabric of these works of art. But what if I told you the true stories of Tuj Castle aren't in its galleries, but in the lives of those who once lived here? The kings and queens who ruled from its heights, the knights who defended its walls, the servants who toiled within its kitchens and corridors, their stories are woven into the very fabric of this place. Bled Island, where wishes echo on the water. In the heart of Slovenia, nestled amidst the Julian Alps, lies a vision of almost unreal beauty. Lake Bled, its emerald green waters reflecting the surrounding peaks like a shattered mirror, hold a small island, crowned with a solitary church spire reaching for the heavens. This is Bled Island, a place of pilgrimage and legend, where the boundaries between the earthly and the divine seem to blur. And at its heart, rising majestically from the lake's center, stands the Church of the Assumption, its white walls and terracotta roof a beacon of serenity amidst the breathtaking scenery. For centuries, pilgrims have journeyed to this sacred isle, drawn by its tranquility and the promise of spiritual renewal. They come to light candles, offer prayers, and seek solace in the timeless beauty of this holy place, but there's something about it that feels almost otherworldly. Perhaps it's the way the morning mist clings to the water, shrouding the island in an ethereal veil. Or maybe it's the sound of the church bell, its sonorous tones echoing across the water, carrying with them a sense of ancient peace. Legend says that if you ring the church bell, your deepest wish will come true. But what if the bell doesn't ring? What does that mean? Is it a sign that your wish is not meant to be, or simply a test of your faith? Or maybe you just didn't pull hard enough, but who's counting? The bell of wishes, they call it. And whether you believe in its magical properties or not, there's no denying the sense of hope and longing that surrounds it. But there's a darker history to this island, hidden beneath its idyllic facade. Castle, where power whispers on the wind. High above the modern city of Celje, perched precariously on a rocky crag, stand the ruins of Celje Castle. Its once imposing walls, now weathered and crumbling, still exude an aura of power, a sense of history that's almost palpable. Celje Castle looms above, as if watching over the valleys below. It stood strong for centuries, enduring sieges, witnessing battles, and weathering the relentless march of time. Its stones have absorbed the laughter and tears, the triumphs and tragedies of generations past. But it's the stories here that will take your breath away. Tales of the Counts of Celje, one of the most powerful families in medieval Slovenia, who ruled from this lofty perch for over a century. Their ambition knew no bounds, their influence stretched far and wide, and their story is a tapestry woven with threads of power, intrigue, love, and betrayal. This castle was once home to one of the most powerful families in Slovenia. But with power comes betrayal, tragedy, and loss. You can almost feel it in the air. The weight of their ambition, the sting of their betrayals, the sorrow of their downfall, all linger in the shadows of these crumbling walls. Walk through the ruined chambers, stand within the roofless halls, and let your imagination transport you back to a time when these stones echoed with the clatter of armor, the murmur of courtly intrigue, and the clash of steel on steel. But don't worry, the only thing haunting the halls these days are tourists with way too many cameras. The Julian Alps, where the jagged peaks have borne witness to centuries of conflict. These mountains, with their rugged beauty, have seen the rise and fall of empires, the march of armies, and the cries of soldiers. First, we visit the Kobarid Museum. It may look like an ordinary museum from the outside, but step inside, and you'll be transported to one of the darkest chapters of European history. The walls here are lined with relics and stories that speak of bravery, sacrifice, and the horrors of war. Kobarid was the site of one of the largest mountain battles during World War I, a conflict so brutal it became known as the Isonzo Front. This front saw 12 battles, each more devastating than the last, with soldiers enduring unimaginable conditions. Imagine standing where soldiers once fought for their lives, where the ground beneath your feet is soaked with history, where every footstep echoes with the weight of history. The very air seems to whisper tales of valor and despair. Picture the trenches carved into the mountainside, a labyrinth of mud and fear. These trenches were not just physical barriers but emotional ones, separating soldiers from their loved ones and their former lives. The air, once thick with the sounds of battle, now hangs heavy with the memory of it. The silence here is almost deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos that once reigned. But what if I told you, this battle is still being fought in the memories of those who survived? The veterans, their stories, their pain and their resilience continue to echo through time. The stories whispered within these walls, the artifacts left behind, they paint a picture of resilience, of human spirit enduring against all odds, of courage in the face of unimaginable hardship. These soldiers, many of whom were mere boys, displayed a bravery that is hard to fathom. Don't worry though, no actual battles going on today, probably. The town of Kobarid has since transformed into a peaceful haven, a stark contrast to its turbulent past. But let's just say you'll feel the tension in the air, the weight of history pressing down. Every corner, every stone seems to hold a story, a memory of those who once walked these paths. The weight of history pressing down. It's a place where the past and present coexist, where the echoes of war are never far away. From the echoes of war we now step into a place of faith. But not everything here is as peaceful as it seems. The church, with its serene exterior, hides stories of its own, tales of mystery and intrigue that beckon us to explore. Southeastern Slovenia, we find Stikna Abbey, the oldest Cistercian monastery in Slovenia. This ancient sanctuary has stood the test of time, witnessing the ebb and flow of history, and serving as a beacon of faith and tranquility for nearly a millennium. Here, monks have walked these corridors for over 900 years, dedicating their lives to prayer and solitude. Clad in their traditional robes, they move silently through the abbey, their footsteps a soft echo in the hallowed halls. Each day, they follow a rhythm of life that has remained unchanged for centuries, a testament to their unwavering devotion. The abbey stands as a testament to their enduring faith, its walls echoing with centuries of Gregorian chants. These ancient melodies, sung in unison, create a hauntingly beautiful soundscape that reverberates through the stone corridors, connecting the present with the past. Imagine the soft murmur of prayers, the gentle clinking of rosary beads, the scent of incense lingering in the air. Each bead passed through the fingers of the monks represents a prayer, a moment of reflection, a connection to the divine. The air is thick with a sense of reverence and peace, a stark contrast to the chaos of the outside world. For centuries, this was a place of quiet contemplation, a refuge from the tumult of the outside world. The tranquil gardens, the serene chapels, and the silent prayer rooms offered solace to those seeking a moment of peace. It was a sanctuary where one could escape the noise and find inner calm. But imagine this. Centuries ago, this peaceful place was a refuge from the chaos of the outside world. The abbey's serene cloisters and peaceful grounds provided a safe haven for those in need, a place where they could find shelter and solace amidst the turmoil. Hidden within its walls, stories of miracles and maybe a few mysteries still linger. The ancient stones have witnessed countless events, some miraculous, others shrouded in mystery. These stories have been passed down through generations, adding to the rich tapestry of the abbey's history. The monks, sworn to silence, carried secrets within these walls. Their vows of silence were not just a form of discipline but a way to protect the sacred knowledge and mysteries that the abbey held. In the quiet of the library they studied ancient texts, preserving the wisdom of the ages. Secrets of ancient texts, of herbal remedies and, perhaps, of events that defied explanation. The monks were not just spiritual guides but also healers and scholars, their knowledge of herbal remedies and ancient texts a valuable resource for the community. Some say, there are things within these walls that have never been explained, unseen forces, unexplained phenomena, and mysterious occurrences that have puzzled even the most devout. These stories add an air of intrigue to the abbey, making it a place of wonder and curiosity. Unexplained lights in the chapel at night, whispers of a hidden library, and rumors of a tunnel leading to a forgotten world. These tales have captivated the imagination of many, drawing visitors from far and wide, eager to uncover the secrets of Stikna Abbey. But I'll leave that mystery for you to solve, if you ever visit. The abbey invites you to explore its ancient corridors, to listen to the whispers of the past, and perhaps to discover a secret or two of your own. From quiet abbeys to painted walls, our next stop will take you somewhere truly unexpected. Join us as we continue our journey through history, uncovering the hidden gems and untold stories that lie just beneath the surface. Church, the Dance of Death. In the sun-drenched fields of southwestern Slovenia, you'll find Hrastavlja Church. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than an old stone building, almost swallowed by the landscape. But once you step inside, you'll realize it's anything but ordinary. For within these unassuming walls lies a masterpiece of medieval art, a stark reminder of our own mortality. On these walls, a chilling tale unfolds, a dance where everyone, from kings to peasants, joins death's final procession, skeletons and mortals locked in an eternal embrace, their painted eyes seeming to follow you as you move. But why did they paint such a macabre scene? Was it a warning, a reminder of the fleeting nature of life, or simply an artist's dark humor? Perhaps they knew something we've forgotten, that no matter how beautiful life is, there's always a shadow lurking. But hey, don't let that scare you off. At least you're not in the painting, right? From the haunting artwork of Hrastavlja, we now head deep into the forest, to uncover a hidden war story. Chapter 4, Franja Partisan Hospital, Courage in the Forest. Our journey takes us deep into the forests of the Cerkno region, to a place where time seems to stand still. The dense canopy above and the thick underbrush below create an almost otherworldly atmosphere where the modern world feels miles away. Hidden amongst the ancient trees, shrouded in mist and mystery, lies Franja Partisan Hospital, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human will. This secluded sanctuary, nestled in the heart of the forest, was a beacon of hope during one of the darkest periods in human history. Here, during the darkest days of World War II, a secret hospital was built. It was a place where the wounded could find refuge and care, far from the prying eyes of the enemy. The hospital was ingeniously camouflaged, blending seamlessly with its natural surroundings, not within the cold walls of a city but amongst the trees, hidden from the prying eyes of the enemy. The wooden huts, constructed with great care and precision, were designed to be virtually invisible from above, ensuring the safety of those within. Imagine being here during those dark times, not knowing if the next day would be your last. The constant threat of discovery loomed over everyone, creating an atmosphere of perpetual tension and fear. The hospital was a sanctuary, but it was also a dangerous secret. The very existence of this hidden refuge was a risk, as its discovery could have led to devastating consequences for both the patients and the medical staff. The wounded, brought in under the cover of darkness, found solace and healing within these wooden huts. Each patient carried with them stories of bravery and survival, their presence a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The doctors and nurses, risking their own lives, performed surgeries by candlelight, their courage a beacon of hope in a world consumed by war. These medical professionals worked tirelessly, often with limited supplies, to save as many lives as possible. Could you have survived here, in the shadows of war? Could you have faced the daily challenges and the ever-present danger, knowing that each day could be your last? Could you have endured the hardships, the constant fear of discovery, the knowledge that every breath could be your last? The bravery and determination of those who lived and worked here are beyond measure. There's something about this place that still feels alive. But we'll come back to that. The spirit of those who once walked these paths seems to linger, a silent reminder of their courage and sacrifice. Now let's leave the shadows behind and head to a place that feels like a dream, a village frozen in time. This picturesque village, with its traditional Slovenian architecture and serene atmosphere, offers a stark contrast to the hidden world of the Franja Partisan Hospital. Smartno Village, where time stands still. Our final destination takes us to the sun-drenched hills of Goriška Brda, to a place where time seems to slow down. This is Smartno, a village so picturesque it feels like it's been plucked from the pages of a fairy tale. Stone houses, their walls bathed in the warm glow of the sun, huddled together within ancient walls. Cobblestone streets, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps, wind their way through the village, inviting you to lose yourself in their timeless charm. It's a place that feels like a dream, a quiet escape from the world where every stone tells a story and every corner invites you to slow down. Imagine yourself here, strolling through the narrow streets, the scent of freshly baked bread wafting from a nearby bakery. The laughter of children playing in the square, the gentle clinking of glasses from a local wine cellar, the murmur of conversations in a language you don't understand, yet somehow, it all makes sense. Just don't get too lost in its charm. Because it's small, and let's face it, you might accidentally loop the same street a few times. I know I did. But hey, what's a little wandering? A tapestry of wonders. Slovenia isn't just about its natural beauty, it's about its stories. From the courage of those who fought in secret, to the quiet peace of ancient monasteries, and the haunting beauty of forgotten frescoes, these places leave an impact long after you've gone. They linger in your memory, like echoes of a forgotten song, reminding you of the power of history, the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring beauty of a land caught between mountains and sea. But there's something else about Slovenia, something that stays with you, pulling you back. Maybe it's the history, or maybe it's the feeling that there's always more to discover. So, what are you waiting for? Slovenia is waiting to share its secrets, and they're just one visit away.